All right, let's talk about a loss that I took on EURCAD. Is the euro versus the Canadian dollar. What happened? I was winning, getting all these wins, and I took a loss. What happened? Did I not follow my trading plan? Did I get cocky? What happened? What happened was I failed because I did not trust in my rules. And what is one of my rules? My trading plan is don't trade on bank holidays. So what happened was, if you actually look on forexfactory.com, you'll see in the euro is actually a bank holiday. What does that mean when it's a bank holiday? That means there's no volume, right? However, it was one trade. That one trade I had saw like some weeks back, about 3 weeks back. It was no volume, but yet it still went to full TP. So I'm like, hey, maybe this time this can do the same. Don't do that. Stick to your trading rules. Don't do that. That's why it's so dangerous if you step outside of your trading rules and gamble and you get it right, because you're gonna be thinking, damn it, I can just do it next time, it'll work. And it did not work this time, unfortunately. Good thing though, I practiced good risk management. What happened was I was looking at the trade, and I'm on my phone here, so I don't know how to do replay. But if I drop down to the 5 minute, here, right here, if we're looking right here, right around this area, is, okay, here we go. Sorry, this thing on my phone, I tell you what, it's just not working. All right, let me try this again. Boom. Okay. All right, there she blows. Right around here is kind of where I took the loss in this area. Once price is actually about to tap into the zone, we pretty much had free range. And then actually when price crosses to the zone, typically we just go ahead and the volume comes in. However, there was no volume because the banks are closed. So I actually end up getting out of the trade. I didn't hit a full stop loss, so that's good. It wasn't even a big loss according to my count size, but nevertheless, a loss is a loss. I like to think about things in percentages because I'm actually still, I guess, I don't know. I'm doing good. I'm following my rule set. I don't know. Like, as a new trader, does it matter how many months or years you've been trading, or how many hours? Because I put in a lot of hours on the charts. I only been trading for about 6 months now. It took me 5 months to become profitable, and I'm pretty consistent now. So I don't know. So basically, what I do know is that when you take a loss, according to like my game plan, I go ahead and I back away from the charts, and I'll come back another day to trade again. Because psychologically, you're not supposed to really try to pile on you don't want to make your losses big. Like, you want to make your wins big, but your losses, you want to keep them minimal. So no revenge trading, nothing like that. So I'm gonna just leave the charts alone for the day. Of course, it's a bank holiday. So like if I actually look, so that's EURCAD. If I actually look at another trade I was looking at, which is, I think it's GBP Chef. Yeah, GBP Chef. This is another trade I was looking at. I wanted to enter into this trade, but as you can see, I mean, I don't know, it maybe go, I don't know, but this is not normal behavior. Like, once we get that free range right here, is the reason why, like, I marked it up. Once we break, if you see here, like, look at all this resistance. Let me mark this. Like, all that resistance, right? And then over here to the left is more resistance. But once we broke here, where I put my entry to the trade, we pretty much shoot up. As you can see, it's probably shooting up, but man, you want to talk about not having any volume whatsoever. Like, it's no volume. So, all right. So let's talk about the trade update that I was in. I was gonna hold for a while, which is AUD USD from yesterday. I was able to get a 1-to-1 pretty good, and things are going well. So I got in trade shot off to a 1-to-1, as you can see. I took profit. I like to go heavy on my 1-to-1 and light on my little bit trades. I let it ride. So it was a good win. So the trade did coming down. The good news is I always move my my second trade to a stop loss, so it's a risk-free trade. So of course it came down and it stomped me out. However, I got a little slippage, right? So I did lose a little bit of money, right? I lost a little bit. So I guess that counts as a loss. Not really. I mean, it's not my fault. So that's that. Let's look at EURCAD. This is a trade that I am looking to take. Not today, not right now. Just that I'm looking for whenever this thing revisits this trend line. Because as you can see here, when it got near this area, this trend line, it came up to around, I mean, we're sitting around, let me see, it's around like 70 pips. If I drop out to a higher time frame, that's a little bit too much. So you see every time that we came, I wish I had a 2 hour on this thing. There we go. So you see that every time that we actually came, all right, man, I tell you, this phone, every time we came and touched the trend line, we went up quite a few pips, right? We came down, touched the trend line, went up quite a few pips. Came down, touched the trend line, went up quite a few pips. Came down, touched the trend line, went up quite a few pips. So I'm looking to pretty much take that same data and do it here. Let me log back in, get back lower. The good news is that we did end up making a higher high on this recent little in this minor structure. What I mean by minor structure and major structure, if you look at major structure, it's like the bigger move on like the higher time frames, the 1 hour, 2 hour, the 4 hour, the daily. When you look at minor structure, you start getting below the 1 hour. You can take advantage of like the right now trades. Shout out to Jessica Lane. So what we end up making on a minor structure, we end up making a higher high. So what I'm gonna do is I'm looking for that big retracement on a higher time frame. If that big retracement on a higher time frame comes and touches trend line, this will be a trade that I'm looking to get into. That's why I put that little thing there. I'm gonna drop my phone. Man, I shouldn't do these videos on my phone, but hey, sometimes you gotta do what you do. So this right here, I just put that there just to remind myself, like, hey, this is a trade you want to take, and I'm gonna set this EURCAD to yellow, which I did. So yeah, that's what we cooking up today. I took an L, but it's okay, because every profitable trader takes an L. It's not about your trade, your recent trade. It's about the last 10 trades, about the next 10 trades. And if we're going to be profitable, then over a series of trades, then it's all about making your wins big and your small losses. So we took a small loss. It's all good. It's all gravy, baby. And we're going to keep it moving. Now I just got to figure out how to stop recording this damn screen.